What's up guys, welcome back to another Destiny 2 Forsaken related video. This is update 2.0 and it has dropped today. I'm super excited to go through these changes with y'all and just to see what's going to be changing in Forsaken. So the Destiny 2 servers are having maintenance for update 2.0 and just to make sure everything's running as smoothly. Should be up in, I would say, the next few hours. But this is the final week of Season 3. Season 4 is the season of the Outlaw and begins on September 4th when Forsaken drops. So essentially just going to go through all these changes. So player character, general subclass screen updated in preparation for Forsaken. Next we have weapons and armor. So exotic armor wise, I know they mentioned that they're going to upgrade some of the stuff. So hunter-wise, Orpheus Rig no longer grants super energy on bloom and damage sharing. Raise base super amount that you receive from tethers to create more consistent and less exponential experience. Super energy given is scaled up when more powerful enemies are tethered. When used with Mobius Quiver, grants additional tether shots. Does not grant ability energy on tethering targets. So you can't just constantly have your multiple little shots whenever you hit somebody, and it re-ups the tether and all that great stuff. So Celestial Nighthawk now grants 33% of your super back if the target is killed by the shot. Wormhusk Crown no longer starts regeneration of health and shields, instead grants a larger health and shield bump at the beginning of the dodge instead of at the end. Knucklehead Radar, which is an exotic that like nobody uses, enhanced radar resolution while crouching, so I'm assuming we're going to be able to see in a little more detail where people are. Lucky Pants extended duration of illegally modded holster, which is essentially whenever you get a headshot with a hand cannon, your holster hand cannon gets, it has that ammo reloaded into it, plus you get quick draw and super fast reload on hand cannons. Shinobu's Vow, skip grenade returns some energy when it damages an enemy. That's going to be pretty interesting, especially with double skip grenades. It's going to be pretty interesting. Warlock-wise, we have the Stag. Rift Drop from Death now has standard Rift duration, which means it lasts for a long time instead of a short period of time. I Have Another World, ability recharge bonus increased. Don't know what the percentage is on that, but I'm assuming it's going to be significant. Nezarec Sin, increased duration of Abyssal Extractors, where wherever you get a Void kill, you basically get your abilities back faster and stuff like that. Rapid kills extend the duration up to 20 seconds, which is huge amount of time. Skull of Dire Amakara, increased super energy gained from Nova Bomb kills, which essentially it's like Orpheus Rig except for the Void Lock. Like whenever you get kills with the Nova Bomb, it gives you super back. So killing higher ranked enemies now rewards more super energy. Transversal Steps, enhanced mobility. After sprinting for a short time, your currently equipped weapon is automatically reloaded instead of just your energy weapon. Winner's Gilly, so tune damage and duration per stack to be more consistent. Like literally, like the duration of it lasted 3 seconds, so I'm assuming they made it a little longer, which is pretty good. For the Titan, we have the MK44 Standardized. Overshield granted by sprinting appears faster. Hollowfire Heart, base cooldown reduction when super is uncharged in addition to CDR when charged. Alright, Helm of Save 14 grants allies an overshield for a short duration when passing through the War Dawn, which essentially is the Blessing of Light, so you'd have armor and blessings whenever you're outside of the Ward of Dawn. Mask of the Quiet One, increase energy gain from incoming damage. Then you have while critically wounded, health is granted from kills. Crest of Alpalupi, healing pulse is more effective, which I'm assuming means it's going to give you a bigger bump. Peacekeepers, increase movement speed when wielding an SMG, so this basically gives SMGs an auto reload for like 1 second when it's holstered, and really fast reload, really fast handling, stuff like that. Worm God's Caress, which is essentially like the Winter's Gilly except for the Titan, tune damage and duration per stack to be more consistent. So just looking into weapons in general, obviously we're having a lot of weapon changes that are going to be coming in, like slot changes and like kinetic and energy weapons coming back. So essentially primary ammo weapons and special ammo weapons may exist in either the kinetic or energy slot depending on which one you have. Heavy ammo weapons can exist only in the power slot. Ammo type and damage type are now fixed attributes of a specific weapon. So ammo type and damage type, just like in Destiny 1. So you couldn't really change like solar to arc, you would have to like get a random roll essentially. Ammo distribution models updated entirely to support weapon slot changes, and then energy weapons no longer deal bonus damage to active enemy supers. Going over ammo economy, primary ammo weapons now consist of hand cannons, scout rifles, auto rifles, pulse rifles, sidearms, and submachine guns. Special ammo weapons consist of fusion rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles, trace rifles, and single-shot grenade launchers, things like Truth Teller, Fighting Lion, stuff like that. Heavy ammo weapons are now the drum-loaded grenade launchers, rockets, linear fusion rifles, and swords. So the following Year 1 weapons have moved to the kinetic slot. So Balogan Shotgun, Shepherd's Watch Sniper, Hawthorne's Field Forge full auto shotty, Alone as a God, which is the Raid Sniper, Perfect Paradox, Saint 14, Shoddy, the Frigid Jackal, which is the Anabrace Sniper, and the Silicon Neuroma, which is the Nightfall exclusive reward from completing the Pyramidion. Now, these two snipers are going to be freaking amazing. But the following Year 1 weapons are now locked to solar damage, which is the Ikelos Sniper Rifle and the Shotgun. They did it just for damage purposes. I'm assuming the main reason I think they did this is because I believe that they want people to use other weapons that come in Forsaken, not just these weapons, like things like Tractor Cannon and the Ikelos Shotgun and stuff like that. Like, it does great DPS, but I think they want to have people use other weapons as well. So the following exotic weapons did not change slot and still use heavy ammo. We have the Tractor Cannon, the Legend of Acreus, Darcy, and Whisper of the Worm. Some more changes they added into the game. We have primary ammo weapons, increased precision damage output of primary ammo weapons, increased inner accuracy, and decreased body shot damage in PvE activities. So decreased auto rifle damage required to stagger enemies to compensate for reduced body damage. For special ammo weapons now, reduced damage output of special ammo weapons, increased damage of trace rifles, and trace rifles now disintegrate defeated enemies instead of them just dropping, essentially. I'm assuming that's what they mean. Heavy ammo weapons, grenade launchers, increased damage and blast radius. Linear fusion rifle gets increased damage, reduced time to charge and fire, and reduced aim assist. Huh. That's kind of weird. Like, the aim assist thing kind of throws me off. But swords, increased ammo, and increased damage mitigation when guarding. So I'm assuming we're going to be able to guard just a little longer. Exotic-wise, Sleeper Simulant fixed an issue where charge time was not displayed properly on the weapon. Magazine size is increased and reduced base damage. It's kind of depressing that they did. Oh, wait. Okay. Well, I understand I have to tune everything. So Borealis-wise, bonus damage after breaking a shield increase on precision hit, and still grants bonus damage on body shots after that, after you get the perk rolling. Prometheus Lens no longer generates special ammo on kill. Kind of salty about that. I'm assuming they fixed it some other way. Tractor Cannon Repulsor Forces weaken effect now also increases non-void damage by 33%, but no longer stacks with other weaken effects. Things like Shadow Shot, hammers, stuff like that. So you can't do Melting Point and do Tractor Cannon. You can do Tractor Cannon, does bonus damage for Solar and Arc for 33. Void is like 50%. So you're still going to be able to destroy with Tractor Cannon, man. It's going to be pretty good. Perks-wise, Explosive Payload, which is explosive rounds, reduce bonus damage output. Ambush Assassin, increase time allotted between kills to earn bonus ammunition. Good, because I feel like I would go through a bunch of enemies and then only get like 6 bullets replaced. Backup Plan, decrease amount of time weapon must be stowed for perk to become available. Box Breathing, reduced time required for the perk to activate, reduced precision bonus, and perk now resets after firing. What? Dude, what's the what is the point of Box Breathing then? Like, the whole point of Box Breathing was, hey, wait a few seconds, get Box Breathing, and then you get bonus damage, so you don't just go in and blast them. Like, you actually have to be patient. That makes no sense to me. Alright, High Impact Reserves, damage bonus granted earlier in the magazine. Grave Robber now reloads your entire magazine. Like that, very aggressive. Primary ammo is granted directly to the magazine. Heavy and special ammo is transferred from reserves to the magazine. Okay. Field Prep, increase inventory reserves, increase stow, ready, and reload speed when crouched. Autoloading holster, reduced time required for perk to activate when weapon is stowed. Good. Opening shot, increase fall off range. Weapon does more damage at longer ranges. Oh. That's interesting. Triple Tap grants ammo directly to the magazine, no longer pulls it from reserves. Good. Mods. So starting on September 4th, Year 1 mods can no longer be inserted into gear or weapons. You will no longer be able to insert any mods into Year 1 gear or change the elemental damage type come next week. Miscellaneous, fix an issue where rocket launcher stability stat was not working as intended. Fix an issue where the impact casing perk on grenade launchers did not function, and swords now have the ability to accept shaders. So just some general stuff. Visual layout of perks has changed in subclass path. Increase base guardian melee damage. It now takes 2 melee hits to defeat an enemy guardian PvP. Yes. Increase the base damage of the shoulder charges for every single subclass. Adjusted active super bonus resistance value. So added a timer to the status effect for Healing Rift, Empowering Rift, Rally Barricade to communicate the time remaining before they expire. Grenade-wise, Axion Bolt Grenade, increase base damage, increase the amount of time it takes for the tracking strength to lower. Flashbang, increase base damage. Incendiary Grenade, increase base damage. Storm Grenade, increase base damage. The Scatter Grenade has been retuned, has retuned range, fall-off ranges for the detonations for more reliable damage. All of these sticky grenades now get increased base damage. Damage is now the same whether a target has been stuck or simply they walk over the green when it detonates. Magnetic grenade now detonates a second time only if it sticks. The second detonation no longer occurs on the grenade itself and will now be applied to each individual target hit by the initial detonation. Skip grenade, increased impact damage for each skip drone impact for a higher total potential damage, and void wall gets increased damage once, like on the initial throw. Once it hits, it gets increased damage there. For the hunter, under general, marksman dodge is now considered a reload, so it interacts with kill clip, the Rat King sidearm, stuff like that. Gunslinger, practice makes perfect perk now grants super energy on throwing knife kills, increase the duration of all versions of golden gun. Good. No complaints. Night Stalker. Once activated, the Shadow Shot tether will find enemy targets more reliably within its search radius. Okay. Titan General. Rally Barricade no longer requires players to take cover to reload. It just now feeds ammo into the magazine over time. Striker. With terminal velocity enabled, the opening Fist of Havoc Slam no longer leaves a lingering damage area. Lowered the health threshold for triggering knockout so that it triggers sooner to keep up with the PvP lethality changes. Okay, so you get it better. Increase the lunge range of the Fist of Havoc melee attack, so the shoulder charge, okay? Sunbreaker, Soul Invictus will now trigger on burn kills. Got it. Sentinel, increase Ward of Dawn health significancy. Good, because sometimes I felt like I could get dropped pretty easily. Increase the amount of health provided by the Ward of Dawn overshield. Sentinel shield super in general, so increased shield throw projectile speed. Shield throw no longer loses damage after bouncing or ricocheting off targets. Good. Faster attack animations for grounded melee enemy attacks. Okay. Increased Sentinel super damage in PvE. Okay, that's not bad changes. Warlock-wise, in general, increased Healing Rift effectiveness and Empowering Rift now increases precision damage. Previously, the bonus damage was capped at the weapon's precision damage in PvP. Now, it just ups precision damage as well in general. Stormcaller, increase the PvP damage of Storm Trance, increase Arc Soul's projectile speed so it shoots a little faster. Dawnblade, increase Dawnblade projectile speed and base tracking strength, so it's basically going to become a hammer instead of a slow moving target at somebody. Voidwalker, significantly reduce the length of time that Blink disables your radar and HUD. Good. Chaos Accelerant no longer costs super energy to use. Good. Increase the damage bonus granted by Chaos Accelerant for each Voidwalker grenade. So some big changes coming to PvE. Daily Heroic Story Playlist. Year 1 meditations have been retired and replaced with the Heroic Story Playlist. These will share modifiers with Heroic Adventures and Strikes. So Forsaken campaign missions will be featured at 500 power, while Year 1 campaign missions will be featured at 200 power. Destination-wise, wanted escapees from the Prison of Elders now roam the open world, and they will not drop rewards until September 4th, so you can actually see them in world, but you can't actually take them down. Increase the difficulty of Lost Sectors. Example, EDZ Lost Sectors are now 240 power. Adventures. Replayable adventures have been removed from Destination Adventures. Heroic Adventures have been added to all destinations. Destinations with Heroic Adventures before Forsaken will have them available during their Flashpoint weeks. A random Heroic Adventure will be available each day. Mercury and Mars Heroic Adventures are unchanged. Heroic Adventures will share similar modifiers with Daily Heroics and Strikes. Strike-wise, so Vanguard Strikes under the Heroic Strike playlist have been retired for all players and replaced with a single content-appropriate playlist, which is Legacy. Alright, Strike's playlist matches the Legacy playlist that is currently available in Year 1. Recommended power is 200 and will have modifiers. Forsaken, Strike playlist has 3 difficulties to select from. You have recommended power 300, 400, and 500. So 300, not available when your level is 40 power. Not available when your level is 40 power higher. Same thing with 400 power, and then the recommended power 500 is always available, and they will have modifiers. For the Nightfall, they retire Prestige difficulty, increase the base difficulty for Nightfall activities in general. Players can choose 1 of 3 Nightfall strikes each week. Players may select only the strikes for which they own the appropriate expansions, and Legacy players will still be able to enable modifiers via the challenge card, but scoring will be disabled in the 270 power Nightfall. In general, escapees from the Prison of Elders now appear in Strikes and Lost Sectors in public areas as well. In the Crucible, new ammo model for maps to accommodate weapon slots, items, and economy. So general collections with the emblems and exotics and other weapons that are found in the vault will be unavailable during the week, which is this week, August 28th through September 4th, but they will return with 2.0.0 0.1 in the upcoming collections tab. Exotics will now always drop at or above your Guardian's power level. Year 1 challenges will no longer grant destination materials or tokens. Destination materials can be earned via bounties available from their respective destination vendors. Anything that previously granted destination tokens or rare materials will grant common destination materials moving forward. Destination tokens and rare destination materials are no longer granted, but they can still be redeemed for reputation if you have them in your inventory. Xur, his will is not his own. Real funny, Bungie. No longer displays a vendor icon on destination map and is no longer tied to the flashpoint. It's going to be really hard to find him. He has a clear purpose but cannot explain it. Forgive him. Again, really. Fate engrams grant only pre-Forsaken exotics in the tower. Increase vault size to 500 slots, and players can now dismantle shaders in stacks of 5 in Master Rail's vendor screen. Cade 6. K6 has left the tower to investigate disturbances in the reef this week, and treasure maps and scout reports are removed. So under some technical stuff, the user interface, the updated title screen has been updated to reflect Forsaken. In the director screen has been updated to reconfigure the way challenges, milestones, flashpoints, and quests are presented. So challenges, the Year 1 challenge system has been removed and converted into bounties, which will be available through their respective destination and activity vendors on September 4th. Bounties are displayed in Pursuits bucket in the inventory screen. In Year 2, which is Forsaken, challenges now refer to the bounties that grant rewards on a daily or weekly basis. These can be seen in the director via new indicators on the playlist or destination when available. Milestones. Milestone tray will now be limited to showing specific quests and quest steps. One-time completion objectives such as campaign missions, subclass missions, and strike introductions will remain as milestones. Players who do not have any active milestones will not see a milestones blade being displayed. Many Year 1 milestones have been converted into challenges. These challenges will continue to grant powerful rewards. Weekly and daily milestones. So previous weekly and daily milestones, such as a strike completion and crucible stuff, will now appear as weekly or daily challenges in their associated playlists. Flashpoints. The flashpoint milestone will now appear as a challenge visible on its respective destination vendor. Flashpoint progress has been expanded to include lost sectors and heroic adventures. Exotic quests. So those are now displayed in your inventory tab in the Pursuits bucket. They can now be recovered at the quest associated vendor if abandoned. Exotic quests now correctly use exotic coloring in the UI, so you know it's an exotic quest. Icons for exotic quests are now appropriately presented with exotic rarity. Rolled quests. World quests are now disabled in the inventory tab under the Pursuits bucket. Updated the director with a new theme and layout to better represent destinations for Year 2. So basically the pre-sale is in the reef location, so you can see it off to the right, and the Leviathan raid and raid layers have been moved to the Nessus location. So when you go to Nessus, those should be available. In the character screen, weapon slots wise, weapon tooltips now display ammo types. White icon is primary, green is special, and purple is heavy. The HUD will show a color based on the associated ammo type next to each weapon on the weapon tray. Subclass screen wise, the path name is now being displayed along the bottom of the character art. Collections. Collections are not available until September 4th, as well as triumphs. And gear tooltips perks are displayed by name only on tooltips for ghost shells, weapons, and armor, and exotic perks will display a short description. Alright guys, that's it for the 2.0.0 patch notes. If you want to help support me, there'll be a link below. Say best way to support me. I'll take you to a 4-minute video. If you want to go check that out, that'd be awesome. But if you don't want to do that, you can always like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, turn the notification bell next to subscribe if you want to be notified when I drop some new content on the channel, and then comment y'all want to see below. Again, I'm making content for you, whatever you want to see. Try to get it out there as quickly as possible. Forsaken's about to drop, man. Whatever you guys want to see, just let me know. Either like weapon reviews, campaign stuff, just stuff in general, whatever you want to know. We also have the Discord link below if you want to join the Discord as well. That would be awesome. There's no requirements or anything. If you want to talk to me, there's voice chats. So if you want to do that, it's going to be the best way to do that. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you next time.